Okay, what's going on? Hey, it is Taurus season. Guess what, y'all? It's time to get into this energy scope. Y'all ready? You're ready for some motivational messages that can help you really utilize this energy during this season for your highest good. Okay, let's start. Okay, so I don't know. I decided to do this at nighttime, trying to switch up the vibes. I think I kind of have the itis, a little bit too much desserts. But regardless, I am in a comfy mood, and I find it very fitting for the season of Taurus, right? I don't know if Taurus actually starts April 19th or April 20th. I don't know. Shout out to the cuspy babies. Y'all probably don't know either. But happy birthday, Taurus. Ugh, let's fix this music real quick because YouTube got these damn channels. Okay. So anywho, happy birthday, happy born day, to my Taurusians. I don't know if that's a word, but y'all get me. I do want to talk about the energy vibes. Okay, so I wrote some notes for Taurus. I believe the 25th, right? Let's start with Mercury. I believe the 25th is the day that Mercury actually goes direct, right? We've been in, what is it, usually like 3 weeks? I don't know. But crazy Mercury, right? Had us in a tizzy. Some of y'all more than likely were being more aware of your impulsivities. I know that's not a word, but I know that y'all were being more aware instead of being more impulsive, right? Um, some of y'all had to calm it down, and I want to give y'all kudos to you because some of y'all probably was feeling the hotheads, the arguments, right? And you probably checked yourself. If you didn't, it became more aware. I'm sure of that because Mercury brings more awareness. It brings more messages. It brings more logic, right? And also intuition. Um, Mercury is the messenger, and it's also very fast. So when it's retrograde, it tends to put certain things together so it can remind us to make decisions that aren't in haste, right? And not feeling like we wasted time, or you know what I'm saying? So I know for me, it was actually helping me be more quiet because there's a lot of things that I wanted to do. I'm very tired of waiting. But then at the same time, I noticed that not really waiting, but when I'm being more still and patient with myself, the answers come like this. You know, my sun sign is ruled by Mercury. I'm a Gemini, so it's Mercury retrograde definitely affects me in the most powerful way, good and bad. So, you know, it's just how I look at it. But let's talk about like Taurus. Taurus, like I said, Taurus loves comfortability, honestly. It really does. Um, so like the Taurus's strengths really is all about being dependable, patient, loyal, persistent, and generous, right? But its weaknesses can be that laziness, it can be the stubbornness, right? It can be possessive, materialistic, and most importantly, self indulgent, right? So I find that Taurus at its balanced highest self really is embodying its ruler, which would be Venus, the provider, the artisan, the nurturer, right? And for those that are following me in my Queen of Wands Club, shout out to y'all. Woo woo. We've been doing the archetypes for the Fool's Journey, right, of the major arcana and tarot. And the last one that I did was actually Empress. The Empress is also ruled by Venus. And when you think of an Empress, right, she is the queen of all queens, the nurturer, the fertility, right? The fertile woman, the divine feminine. And I do believe that embodies Taurus as well, no matter what your gender is. The energy, the archetype is really, again, like that provider, that nurturer, and the one that receives, right? Because the Tauran field, if I'm not mistaken, is the energy, right, that allows the auric field. It taps into the creation of things. And it also taps into your chakras, aligning with things, manifesting things. That's why a lot of times people be like, oh, if you know a Taurus, they about their money, right? They definitely about working too, right? But they can also be workaholics, right? They can also be very greedy with money. Everything is a left and right coin, right? So with this though, I was tapping into the energy, reading some articles, and also, I love cards, y'all. So what I was picking up was a few things that I wrote down, right? Especially with this Mercury ending the 25th of April, right? Um, and going direct, it's going to bring more clarity to our actions that we've been feeling a little bit confused about, right? Or feeling like, here we are again, like I'm taking 2 steps forward. Why do I feel like I'm not moving anywhere, right? And with Mercury retrograde, if you've been more in that self-reflective state of mind, you're going to understand that you may have get more clarity with these actions to actually move forward now, and definitely more confidence, right? What did I write to? And more room to actually implement the action steps, right? Because I think right now it's kind of like, okay, we were able to process because of the impulseness. I don't know if that's a word, y'all. And let me tell you, every time Mercury retrograde goes, like the way I communicate be like feeling like I'm literally have a knot in my tongue. um, so I feel that once we're out of this and now moving into this energy of Taurus with the sun being in Taurus, right? This season of Taurus, we're actually having the confidence, right? To actually move forward. Even though Taurus is a fixed sign, right? Which means that it does like to stay in its little nook. It can be stubborn, right? But it also is like, but Taurus is about strategy as well. They like once they know the process of something, you can't tell them nothing. And a lot of times that's their genius, right? When they understand this process, this pattern. And if you don't know yet, I'm hoping, I'm sure that Taurus will bring you this, right? During this season, and really walk away from like emotional burdens. You know, um, Aries that we moved away from is the initiative. It's the baby zodiac sign. A lot of times it's like the naivety of things. It's the initiator. So you're starting things. When you're starting new things, you don't really know stuff. But Aries has the confidence to just say, F it, I'm going to do it anyway. And it has the courage to be like, let's explore. And once Aries knows what you're doing, you know you can't tell them nothing, right? So it's like really having the heart, right, and the courage to actually take action. But if you've been pushed back to evaluate things and understand the process, the steps of how to do it, like almost like the Knight of Pentacles for those that tap into the tarot, right? It's processing this, right? And it's looking at yourself like, damn, like everybody plays a part of something. And you can either do the shadow work, right, to get rid of those emotional burdens, take responsibility for what you've done, but also congratulate yourself of how far you've came as well, right? Because that's giving that compassion, that's giving that self-love and that nourishment to oneself instead of others, right? So, I also wrote too, like things that drain you, we're walking away from, leaving the self-doubt, the bitterness, and the frustration behind, right? And if you haven't found that yet, take some more time with yourself. Do something that is more self-reflective or meditative, whether it's coloring. I'm all prescribing the creative wellness here, right? Taking a bath, creating something that is more natural for your body, even, right? Something that's more from the earth, instead of like processed things that are like plastic or I'll just say man made, right? um, and also like what you're ingesting too, right? It really depends. I want to move into this card. This is from my African Goddess Rising deck. Just to give some advice for you all collectively, and then we're going to tap into the signs, okay, the zodiac signs. And for each zodiac sign, use your discretion, but I love to say your sun, your moon, your rising, whichever one that is, check all three if you can. And yeah, see how it applies to you. And of course, let me know how it applies in the comments. I love to read the comments, okay? So let's get into, whoa, okay. All these cards just came through and we're not taking them. What is the overall advice for my viewers, my peeps, my creative souls, my artists, my entrepreneurs? What is the advice for y'all during this Taurus season? Okay. Okay, good. I'm like, just want one card. Ooh, stop playing with us. So this is a 9. Where we at? And it's a manifestation. Why did I say it like that? So she's dancing in the rain. Do you see her? Like, this big old cloud that looks a little dark, right? But it's still getting colors. And she's dancing in this rain here. And it's reminding me of not waiting for your manifestation to come, but actually becoming the manifestation that you really want. It's almost like that saying, be the change you want to see in the world, right? Instead of like trying to change 1,000, 1 billion people, have you looked at yourself? What do you need to be in order to do that? What do you need to change in order to make these things happen? And through manifestation, right? Like I was just talking about, I'm really bad with words, and right now it's just not end of the day. But I'm pretty sure it's like the torn field, right? And when we're tapping into our auric field, we're tapping into their energy and we're aligning our chakras, right? Because that's like a daily practice that I have yet to accomplish, but I'm closer than before. um, and I have so much information to start telling y'all about chakras. But needless to say, when we can align, right? I was telling one of my family members the other day, like, think of your chakras aligning like a long tube, right? And spirit is pouring like water through you, right? So it can actually generate like this, almost like that infinity symbol, right? It's going through and up on, going through and up under, right? Just flowing. And that's how I see creative flow too. When you have your creative flow, what are you doing? You're creating, you're manifesting, you're seeing your ideas actually come through and process into real time, right? The reality that you're in right now. And when we have these blocks, right? These blocks appear in the tube, and let's say, the heart chakra block, bloop. Now all the water, it's not really fully, going through it from the top to bottom. And the water may also slow down some because there's something blocking, right? You have another rock and then you have another rock. The water might start trickling down instead of flowing the right way and trying to go through all those cracks. And these blocks, right, are formed from our emotions. And sometimes we hold on to these things, attaching to certain things, and it's not allowing things to flow, right? So maybe I can read this and see what this says, but I'm thinking of 9. The energy of 9 stands alone, right? It's not quite a completion, but it's self-sovereignty, it's independent, and it's like harvest, reaping your what you've sown. So Majaji, Majaji, could be chopping it up, but it's Goddess Majaji is the rain queen of South Africa's um Balobadu, but Balobadu people. um so it's saying that the daughters dance to the frequency of the rain. Okay. I'm just going to leave it at that. And the guidance is showers of blessings are yours. You are the rainmaker, master, manifester, shapeshifter, alchemist, and the sorcerer. Open up your hands and heart. Um, the embodiment, make it rain. Make it rain. Right? So it's like reminding me of Mercury, right? All these mental activities, if you were able to be still and receive, right? Instead of continuing to move all around, right? And just be like, oh, I don't know. Like I'm dizzy, right? Like, are you allowing yourself to process? Taurus season is going to allow you to do that. And it's going to allow you to get those genius ideas. I'm not an astrologer, but I have been reading up on something that also is happening um, that doesn't happen quite often. Uranus and Jupiter are getting together, right? And those planets are coming together and they're like, hey, what's good, right? Jupiter's like, hey, I bless people. I'm blessing whatever. And then Uranus is like, well, I highlight people's genius, creative genius. I am the rebel because I show people to do things different because people's creative genius um, everybody isn't a genius in the same way, right? So it's kind of like, oh yeah, let's sprinkle this on people. And if you're still enough, it can catch you, right? But if you're running around, it might not be able to allow that flow to come through you. So I want to say, it says divine blessings flow to me so easily. That's affirmation for this goddess. So we're going to see how this is working for each sign, okay? Let's get into it. All right. Are y'all still with me? If you're with me, double tap. Oh, and also too, I just want to share with y'all, check out the links below because I have been creating a nice safe space for y'all, artists and creative souls, entrepreneurs, so y'all can learn and be more in the energy of wellness. My business array of gratitude really helps people with special self-care practices to really energize your soul, your mind, and your body so you can truly create the things that you desire, so you can actually process your ideas and formulate your own way of doing things, so then you can actually be like, okay, cool, boom, this is how I learn things, this is how I'm going to do this, and really honor your god-given talents. Okay, that's what I love to do. I am aka creative doula. I bring forward and shine light on those areas that allow you to see the beauty within yourself through gratitude, through soul care, nourishment, and creative wellness. Okay. So I just wanted to share that with you. If you're interested, please get on the list because I am just about done with my Intro to Soul Care course that I'd love for you guys to come through and join and commune with me. I've worked on it a lot. It has a lot of like creative activities that are just so nourishment and yummy. And I want to share that, and I want to help you and aid you through this transitional time, because not everybody is understanding this, right? And sometimes you're understanding and resonating with this, but it's like you need more people to feel like they're in your corner and support you. And I know what it feels like, especially if you're on the entrepreneurial journey, right? The entrepreneur. Ooh, do I have a cramp in my foot, y'all? Hold up. Lord, I had a Charlie Hearst, y'all. I don't know if I'm going to edit this out or not, but I just want to keep flowing with that. It's not cool. But in terms of that, right, it's like, how do you move forward when you feel in pain, when you feel unsupported, when you feel confused, when you feel burdened, right, overworked? How do you move forward, right? Sometimes all you need is that support, that extra love, that cheerleader. And that's my middle name, y'all. Um, so I just want to, and plus I really want to connect with the healing energy that we all have, because there are a lot of God-given talents that people are hiding. And once you uncover that, right, and really see the medicine within that and know how to utilize that for self, you can definitely share that with other people. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, let me know. Like, subscribe, all that jazz, and let's go. Okay. I guess I'm going to start off with Taurus, actually, since it's Taurus birthday. So we're just going to go like right in. What is a motivational message for Taurus sign, sun, moon, and rising during this season? Let's get it. Okay. We got this. Okay. So, and I'm using my cards, my Love Heart Oracle deck, and I'm switching this deck up. I just want to let y'all know, so I'm not even going to say the name, but they will be in the shop soon. Okay, anyway, Taurus, are you telling your story as a victim or a victor? And then we have let your faith be bigger than your fears. So Taurus, I think that in order for you to like manifest the things that you're looking for, the things that you're desiring, whether you desire it consciously or unconsciously, I think that if you can just remove um, whatever story that has been like downtrodden, right? A story that is like you're so over this, but at the same time, did you clear that from your heart space? Um, because you've one may have went through a lot, right? But you also need to know your strength in those times that you are challenged. Um, where is your faith at right now? Right? Has your faith diminished? Do you feel hopeless because of what happened? Or do you feel very faithful? Because if you're faithful to whatever it is that you're doing, whether it be faithful to yourself, faithful to the cause, faithful to, um, your story. Because sometimes we're faithful to the story that is no longer who we are or who we want to be, and is keeping us stuck, right? Are you faithful to the spiritual journey? Doing the practices that help you upkeep your energies and um, really keeping your eye on the prize, Taurus. When you can do that, you manifest some beautiful things. So my message to you here is find the things that can help restore your energy, restore positivity, and restore faith, so you can then really understand and really sit down and see and celebrate your wins, celebrate how far you've been, so that you can actually be in that energy of what you are trying to manifest. And if you don't know what you're trying to manifest, take time to do so, because that's your homework, to really find faith in, can this actually happen, right? And release that to the universe and do the work. Discover what it is, what you need to be, what it would feel like if that happens, right? And I'm sure, Taurus, the way your energy works, they'll come through. Okay? So that's my message for you. All right, let's put that aside. Taurus, Gemini. What's going on with you, Gemini? Oh, no. Why do we have to have two cards, Gemini? All right, we'll do it. All right, Gemini. Nice. So every next level of your life will demand a different version of you. I think, Gemini, you know that because you have multiple versions of yourself to begin with, right? Who do you want to be today? Well, who do you want to be tomorrow as well? This one says, are you listening to what your body is trying to tell you? Be more aware of your emotions and your body posture. Okay, Gemini. And are positive thoughts empowering the fact of your current negative situation? So I'm hearing like, yeah, listening to what your body. So Gemini, I kind of feel like you already know what you're trying to manifest, okay? But it's kind of like Taurus in a way. You have to understand, what energy are you embodying? Like, who do you really want to be? Right? Because if you're trying to manifest whatever, who do you need to be in order to receive this, right? You're going to have to be in a different energy, and you're going to have to embody it, right? And Gemini, if you can allow things to break through the surface and actually dive a little bit deeper, you are so powerful with that. A lot of times, Gemini, we move through things so fast, right? And because we absorb information like no other. It's reminding me of actually this Gemini I went to school with. And there was something called like speed reading in school. And she was just always a book. I don't know. It's like I envy that because I've always wanted to be that type of like bookworm, but reading puts me to sleep. Okay. Even exciting things, like even books that I really like, it will, I'll be able to read it, but it's like it'll still put me to sleep. Right. So it was just like, it's just thinking, okay, go. Because last time I recorded something, y'all, and I was so mad. But anyway, um, yeah, like she already read, but for some reason she got like this award for being like a speed reader. I don't know how true it was because I also noticed how like it seemed like sometimes people like babied her. And I say this as in like people giving her gifts because they feel bad for her. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like full blown deserving it. I am not a speed reader, so therefore I didn't deserve it either. But it's just like I don't know. I remember seeing that happen multiple times in school. But I'll say that I did envy the fact that she was a bookworm. And what is the reason why I'm saying this, right? Um we absorb a lot of information. She was a Gemini. And regardless of if she was a Gemini or not, right? My point is that Geminis, mercurial energies, absorb a lot of information. But the air sign of the Mercury, instead of like Virgos, they're more of they're the earth sign. um the air, it moves quick, right? It spins around, you can't see it. It can fit into any form. It's a shape shifting energy, and mutable energy. So it's kind of like, again, who do you want to be today, right? But it's not about today. I think with Taurus and what you already know, because I feel that Geminis, you already know there's something that you've been trying to manifest, and possibly for a long time. And I don't know how this Mercury retrograde has been treating you, but if you can just get a little bit more rest, a little bit more time to slow it down and be more patient with yourself and really like listen to the messages, right? Take heed to the messages. Because a lot of times we know all this stuff, but how are we applying our knowledge, right? I know a lot of people that know shit, but they don't apply it. And that's where you can get effed up, Geminis. So it's kind of like, don't let the mood effect of how you are today in this moment. Figure out the mood you want to be in the moment to come, and then start working and implementing your knowledge on how to be that person. Gather the information you need to know in order to be and embody that mood. Does that make sense, Gemini? Does that make sense, Gemini? I'm being silly as heck today. That's my message for you. Just slow down a little bit more. Be patient on yourself, Gemini, and know that you do know what you want. But I think that because you've never been this type of person, you now need to kind of do your homework and work on implementing this energy to be that person. Okay? So, Cancer. You got 2 cards, and I'm tired of 2 cards coming out. We're going to do this one more time, Cancer. Thank you. What's the motivational message, inspiration for Taurus? Okay, so we have this. Cancer. The deeper you love yourself, the greater your protection. And get lost in your imagination and create your own happiness. I love how these messages are overlapping. Because it's very true. So Cancer, I don't know. I'm hearing that you need to manifest the love that you desire. Um, there's something that's been going on with your heart space. And if you've been able to clear your heart space, balance your heart chakra, right? You're starting to understand the more that you love yourself, the greater your protection is. And not to keep people out as in, I'm afraid. It's just knowing the power of your heart. Like Cancer, you are intuitive and you are very loving, right? And you give, and deplete yourself by giving, right? And pleasing people in the manner that is sometimes like, I don't know, is it because you want to be seen? Is it because you um want that same love in return, right? But you can't expect that from people. So it's like, don't get mad at people. Follow what you know, trust what you know, and give yourself back, replenish yourself, fill your cup up. That's something that you know you need to know, because at your highest, you already do know. And then it's like, get lost in your imagination, create your own happiness. I kind of feel like doing things that are very like trusting your intuition, it makes you happy. um, Doing things creative, but I just keep, I don't know if this is for a specific person or this is just for all of y'all, but it's just like the the imagination is really something that your heart is set on. And like, you're learning how to allow your heart to speak for itself and really um do things that nourish yourself. Because I don't know, like, whoever I'm speaking to, like, it's just like they're really empowering themselves on like self-care. And Cancer, like, kudos to you. And the ones that aren't there yet, just know that um you are the cup of love, but you have to measure how much you can give to other people by how much you have in your cup. And don't get mad when you only have a few drops, because that's just showing how you haven't been protecting your energy. You've been way too welcoming in, right? It's kind of like, I'm seeing right now like a vision of like someone wearing white, and um like they go days without changing it. Even the dust will make the white messed up. You have to wash it, right? So cleanse your energy, learn how to do that for yourself so you can be that nourishing person and really manifest your desires. Okay. So what is next after Cancer? Leo, right? Leo, what we got? That's right, Leo. Okay. Excuse me. So, gratitude keeps you in the present moment, right? Revealing how to receive and give love. Heart chakra again. There's a lot of heart chakra activations going on, I do believe, especially with Taurus and Venus. I even read, I don't know when, but I read that Venus is entering into Aries, is it? I'm not sure. So, like, initiating the heart space here. And self love can heal the deepest wounds. Another person with a big heart, right? Leo. Gratitude is the best thing for you. Like, that's such your medicine. That recharges you. Not only a Leo, it recharges anybody. But because Leos are so courageous and so giving with their hearts, um, they the medicine to recharge and replenish is to be grateful. Because when they're not, it's kind of like that stank Leo, right? Or the Leo that everyone calls conceited or something. It's like, do they have gratitude for themselves? Do they have gratitude for the people around them? Do they have gratitude for the day that, was spent, the sun that's shining on their face? Do they have gratitude for 5 seconds in the bathroom for themselves, right? Like, it'd be the littlest things because Leos can be so dramatic and big and boisterous, right? And they have to remember the little things are just as powerful. So, do you have gratitude for this very moment right now? You don't have to have things all glam and glamorous. I love glam and glamorous, but at the same time, it don't always have to be like that. Be grateful for the small things, right? Because then in turn, if you're grateful for that, the universe is like, oh, she's grateful for that. Let's keep giving her some more. Make it rain on you, right? Just like this. So Taurus season is like, boo, are you grateful? Make gratitude your mantra, because the more gratitude, especially grateful about yourself too. Like, if there's any self-image issues that you've been trying to work through, be grateful. Say those affirmations. Look in that mirror and say it until you believe it. If you don't believe it, that's fine, but make it a loyal ritual for yourself so you can believe it eventually, right? If you stare in the mirror and you're like, I love my body. Ooh, this feels uncomfortable, right? Keep saying that shit, because eventually you will, because you're subconsciously reprogramming yourself. And then your brain is like, yeah, I think she gets it. Then your heart starts feeling it too with the gratitude. What? Can't tell you nothing. So, Leo, make gratitude your mantra this season, okay? What we got, Virgo. Virgo. Well, Virgo, I don't know. Y'all must have just been waiting in the wind. This came out real quick. Are you focused on the solution, Virgo, or the problem? That is very Virgo-esque, I tell you. But it says commitment means staying loyal to what you said long after the mood you said you left it in. Can you see it? So, Virgo. So it's like two things. Virgo, are you staying committed to yourself, or are you helping? Because excuse my French, but sometimes Virgos are Captain Save-A-Hose, and they're worried about other people and like having like passion projects for people. Like, oh, I just want to fix these people up. Like, whoa, wait a second. Like, I think you need to fix yourself up first. Don't shoot me. And sometimes Virgo, right, when you're not doing that, on the flip side, you start working on a certain project for yourself, right? And then you get fixated all up in it. And there's nothing wrong with committing to yourself. But then you kind of like, oh, leave me alone. I'm doing this, right? So it's kind of like finding the middle point there. Um, I don't know, Virgo, like, It's interesting how Virgos are a mutable sign as well, but I personally have not. I'm not saying there's not any of them out there, but I personally have not met a Virgo that is flexible. Like it always seems like I don't know. But I do want to say this, because I'm not here to beat y'all up. Um, are you focused on a solution, Virgo? Because sometimes you can get very cranky about like things not working out. And it's like, find the solution because you have great ideas, Virgo. But if you're so fixated on the problem, right? And like, oh, how can I solve this? Um, Maybe you solve it by focusing on the solution. And if you don't have the solution, find the solution because that's going to be your manifestation. I know you are very organized, right? And you are very practical. So figure out the steps, write a list. If you don't know, learn something new, Virgo. Learn something new because that will allow you to help you manifest something, right? You already know what the problem is. Figure out what the solution is. Don't know? Learn about it. Experience it because that will help you, Virgo. Okay. And I don't think you have a problem with staying committed. I just think that you need to be committed to finding the solution, Virgo. So take practical steps. I know Taurus is your friend. Okay. Take those practical steps towards learning the solution because then you'll meet your end goal. And that's going to be voila, your manifestation. Okay. That's what I got for you, Virgos. Much love. I wasn't trying to beat y'all up. All right. Who we got? Libra next. Okay. I don't know why I'm singing like this. I really don't. Um, what or who are you trying to prove in this situation? Beware of people pleasing. Yo, spirit, you is coming through. Because Libras, y'all already know. I have a strong placement in Libra, and especially showing out this year and next year. And it's like, I thought I recovered the people pleaser. Live more with intention and purpose, not careless actions. And that is what you need to do, Libra. Libra, when you have strong intentions, the manifestation happens. Because see, this is the thing, like Libra, you be like swaying in the wind a lot of times. I know that you're the scales and it's like, oh well, if I get this and I can get this. And then sometimes you're used to these transactional relationships, right? It don't have to be like that though. It doesn't. If you can have a relationship with spirit, if you can focus on being and standing for something, like, and I'm doing like this because what holds the scales? The pole is grounded in morale. So when you can actually stand tall, stand convicted with your intentions and knowing what you're doing with what type of purpose you're taking action towards, you're golden, boo. You're golden. And with the intentions and knowing the purpose of why you're doing these intentions, you'll start understanding like, oh, I was trying to prove somebody way too much, right? I was really trying to prove this, I don't know, persona or something, right? Um, you were trying to prove that you are a good person, right? I'm a good boy. I'm a good girl. And I'm saying girl and boy because that's your inner child trying to be seen. And we need to kind of look, Libra, like, have you served yourself with purpose and loving vibes today? Because if you haven't, who are you worrying about and why are you wanting them to notice you so bad, right? Um, when it comes to manifestation, I really think it's time to manifest something for yourself, Libra. Bring balance to whatever you're doing and what your relationships you have with people, right? Balance that out. It's kind of like pulling some of the weeds out, um, really reevaluating your friend circle, your inner circle, whether it be family, friends, coworkers, lovers. Um, who's in your inner circle, right? The people that you truly trust, and who's in your outer circle, those acquaintances or people that you keep at a distance just enough to, know them and have conversations, but probably not like personal, deep conversations, right? Because if those people aren't rocking with you, if those people aren't um, serving purpose as you've served them, um, where's the balance, right? And that does sound very transactional, but at the same time, you do have to, or probably would look at it like that if you're not using your discernment. Um, the people that aren't in balance gotta go. Okay? They gotta go. If they're not aligned with the intentions that you're serving, they have to go. And then you also have to figure out, yes, ding ding. You also have to figure out too, um, maybe like, are they a long-term person, right? Like for instance, family members. Okay, let me, because I don't even know. Like certain interruptions, right? But if they're like family members, it's just certain people that like you can't really get rid of. Just recognize your time with them, right? Because your time is valuable. And if you're trying to do something for yourself and they're all up in your sauce, right? Again, family members can definitely be in your outer circle. Some family members you might not have in your circle at all, but it's up to you to understand why. What's the purpose of you actually removing them from your life or removing them from the circle? And having boundaries, okay? Because it doesn't necessarily have to be, it can be temporarily or it can be permanent. It's up to you. Okay, Libra? So that's my message, Libra. Who do we have? Who do we have? Scorpio. Okay. Mm. All right, Scorpio, I definitely think you're trying to move forward with something. It says acting from a place of desperation can draw a thin line between faith and fear. And your current situation is not your final destination. I think right now, all right, let's slow it down. Because what I'm hearing right now is like you might have some options and you may need a decision to be made, but it might not need to be made right now. So don't act out of desperation. You may have been coming from a lot of adversity and hardships. And sometimes, you want what you want and things haven't been working. And then when you have like the first deal, it's like, oh, let's jump to this. May not need to jump to it right now, right? You may need to actually just wait, reevaluate what um, your end goal is, right? And know that this right here, this offer or whatever, is not your final destination, um, and is not your final offer. You do deserve more. And for others too, it's just kind of like looking at the rain, like this too shall pass. Um, not your final destination. This is not like going to stop all the time. It always is sunny after rain. It always is. How long it's raining, that's the question. But it always is. The clouds might be a little bit cloudy, but the sun and the light does come out. It really does. Um, Find your faith, right? Have faith in the sun. Focus on that, because I'll tell you one thing: with faith, there is focus, and If you're not focusing on faith, then are you focusing on fear? Bringing in anxiety to certain situations, right? So, my thing for you is I'm not really feeling like you're trying to manifest something, but if you are consciously trying to manifest something, is let go of the attachments, let go of the attachments and allow things to come in with ease and grace. Once you can feel that ease and grace, that's when you know you are centered, and that's the best time and space to make an appropriate decision for yourself, okay? Because that's not what fear feels like, right? And if you're manifesting something subconsciously, just check your be aware of, is your energy more focused on faith, right? That what you're moving towards, or is it um focused on fear, and which is drawing you away, contracting? All right. So that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Sag. I like this. The best don't stick around when you treat them poorly. Only the desperate do. We got another despair message, right? Um, would you be ready if it happened tomorrow, or would you still be complaining? I kind of feel like for you, uh, Sag, and I know that this stands true, like y'all can be very impatient, right? And I think that you do want something to happen, but it's more on God's time, I'm hearing, or like divine intervention or just divine timing, right? And Spirit is like, but are you ready though? Like, you complaining that it's not happening yet, but are you ready? Like, are you ready if somebody knocked on the door tomorrow? And I do think that um, the energy of despair can creep up in a way that may not be your true moment, right? You may be attracting people that aren't good for you because you have this despairing energy. Despair is like losing hope, right? Despair is not seeing your worth. And when you can see your worth, you know that everything, like, this ain't for everybody, right? So don't allow everybody to see what you're building. Don't allow everybody to um, get in on this when you know you're not for everybody, right, Sag? Um, the thing about the manifestation for you, I think, Sag, is more about um, just staying ready, like folks, staying on your toes, dotting your I's, crossing your T's, and knowing that what you've been working on is golden, and you know it's golden because you'll know that you'll feel more understood when the timing comes. You'll know, like, oh, you'll feel it more because it's not going to feel like this despair or like time is running out or um like that boring kind of vibe that you may have been in. It's not going to feel like that. So um work on yourself, work on your patience, and stop complaining. It's going to come, but just know that, don't let the outside noise distract you from doing what you need to do. Okay, Sag? Who we got next? Capricorn. Okay, we got two Capricorn. Um, what is the price of energy exchange? Right? I can't read backwards. Are you gaining or are you losing? And a grateful heart gains many blessings, but also, well, we got the best apologies change behavior. Hmm. So for some of you Capricorns, like, I don't know if you're dealing with somebody that it's like they did you wrong, but then you're wanting them to forgive yourself. and you're showing up in the same energy, and it's kind of like they're wasting your time. Like, hello, the question is, are you gaining or are you losing? If you're losing, Capricorn, I think that you need to work more on your heart space, because if they are wasting your time and your money, come on now. You know you don't want to be in that situation, but what is keeping you there? Are you afraid for new things? Because if you are afraid for new things, the manifestation is not going to come, or it's not going to come the way that you imagined or desired, Capricorn. I do think that there's a need for you to really have more gratitude for that person being in your life, but also have more gratitude for knowing what you know right now. Because if you know what you know right now, you do need to do better. So, because when you can act from a place of self-love, you're also acting from a place of self-respect, right? You can't want somebody to respect you, especially if you're not showing your self-respect. And people be like, "Oh, I respect." Take a seat and really reflect what's going on, because subconsciously you're attracting something that you're not liking. That's what I'm feeling from you, Capricorn. So, like, really, what's the price of the energy exchange? Are they wasting your time? Are you gaining knowledge within that time? Are you gaining money within that time? Are you gaining something? Because I do think that with you, Capricorn, the ruler, the Saturn being your ruler, time is money, right? And if it's not money, it's, what are you gaining? Are you gaining respect? Are you gaining knowledge? Are you gaining a new job? um, I'm thinking like material things, but are you gaining like the understanding of your worth? Figure out what's being gained here, because that's going to help you enter into a new energy. Like when I'm thinking and looking at the word manifestation for you, Capricorn, it's really about you embodying new energy for self. Okay. I hope that resonates with you, especially in the month of Taurus, your fellow Earth sign. All right. Who is next? Aquarius. What's going on with these two? I don't want two coming out. But I guess you're just getting the messages you desire. So, Aquarius, are you procrastinating? Are you overwhelmed, unsure of where to start, unmotivated? I'm hearing get out of your head. Aquarius, okay? Create moments for yourself that make you happy. That right there is the end of the message. Create moments that are making you happy. Aquarius, you know what makes you happy, right? If the things that used to make you, like, if the things that you knew make you happy aren't making you happy anymore, find new things. Because this says the love that you withhold is the pain that you carry. There's been some tough stuff going on for you, Aquarius. I'm sure of that. But acknowledge that, recognize, just recognize, like, damn, I really have been blah, blah, blah. It's time for me to create something that's going to make me happy. Whether it's just watching one of your favorite movies, right? Um, Definitely look at a movie that brings laughter, because that's an easy way to read your vibes, right? And from there, when the laughter comes, then start thinking about, okay, what else makes me happy? What are some things that I want to do? I don't know why I'm hearing bucket list. I don't know. Because when I think of bucket list, it's kind of like, this is what I want to do before I die, right? Um, but you don't have to wait. Like, first of all, we don't know when we're going to exit out of here, right? But I don't think you need to wait. Like, the bucket list shouldn't be that. Like, do that. Do what makes you happy. And if it costs money, well, then guess what? Maybe just start saving money and thinking about, I can't wait to gain this money. I'm saving this money for XYZ. make it happen for you. Make it happen for you. I believe that steering your energy and your mindset in a new direction of things that you know make you happy, um, or you know will make you happy, is going to do some good for you, Aquarius. Most definitely. Because whatever some things that you just cannot change, know that you can't change it. But what you can change is focusing on the things that make you happy. You can change your energy and be in the energy of love and happiness, right? And if it's with people that you want to be with and you can't, then just know that this is for you and only you, and it's okay. It's okay to be alone, Aquarius. Because there's some Aquariuses that aren't loners. They have a problem with being alone. And it's okay. Because Aquarius, when you can fill your heart up, you're not going to be alone. Fill that heart up. Don't feel sad for being alone, because that kind of depresses the mood, right? All right? So that's what I got for you, Aquarius. Pisces. Pisces. Oh no. I just like mix all my cards up. Pisces, what is going on? Have you recognized your strengths in these trying times, Pisces? And people can only meet you as deeply as you've met yourself. So Pisces, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Saturn's still in Pisces, right? Um, all this delulu that's been going on with you, Pisces, have been knocking on your front door and really making you understand the reality, toughening your skin and really telling you, like, hey, this is what needs to be done. And I think for those that actually listen to this, recognize your strength, because Saturn ain't one to play with. I'll tell you that. Um, I'm a strong believer in, once your Saturn return comes, if you're not taking things serious, you better be taking it serious soon, because Saturn will whip your ass. Okay. And sometimes it takes a while. It does. But if you're doing the work, right, the inner work, as in taking time to reflect, something so simple, but seems to be so hard in this world that we live in today, right? And for Pisces, now y'all know y'all can get a little bit up there, and it's like, oh, in the imagination, and the opposite of that can be more logic and more reality, more of time. What is worth your time? What is the now? What is the present moment, right? And if you're doing that more, you're recognizing more of your strengths. I'm telling you, y'all, if it ain't still Mercury retrograde, I don't know when the mic went off, but we're still rolling, okay? So are you recognizing your strengths? um, I'm just gonna say this again, just in case you didn't hear it. But like, are you recognizing your strengths? Meaning, I do feel that it's a strength for Pisces to actually be in the present moment, because Pisces, being your imagination and creativity. Okay, I'll get lost. They don't take in nothing, and don't let you be going through trauma and trials and tribulations. That's so easy for you to do, right? So recognize your strengths. I do feel that Taurus, if you haven't already in Taurus season, celebrate the things that you have achieved thus far. Celebrate what you have achieved just thus far, and recognize that time is on your side. Again, I do believe that Saturn is still in Pisces as I'm recording this. And like I was saying, when you don't listen to Saturn, Saturn whips your butt, okay? And I think that you are learning some hard lessons, because the Delulu is going out the window, and you're like, oh snap, okay, this is what I was doing. This is what they were doing. This is who I can trust. This is who I can't trust, right? And whatever goals, whatever you are trying to manifest, especially those big goals, you're taking the time and the steps to move forward, in a practical way, but also a spiritual way, right? Gaining that spiritual strength and wellness within you, Pisces, because you are very intuitive, you are very spiritual, you are a manifester. You just are. But sometimes the manifestation be looking like what the because there's a lot of subconscious things that you haven't quite looked at yet, and they need to be looked at. They need to be cleansed, they need to be released, they need to be cleared. And you just kind of need to understand, like, what is it exactly that you believe too. Like, shout out to you Pisces that are doing the shadow work for sure. Woo woo, because that's gonna make you like the Midas touch, okay? And also Pisces too, it's like, where are you pointing your wand? That just came through, right? Where are you pointing your wand? Because you know how, like, sometimes when people be pointing, they be pointing at people like mad. Like, if you're a manifester, you might want to put that down, right? Because if it's like subconsciously reacting, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. You might wind up crying, like, damn, did I do that? Why? Right? So, when it says people can only meet you as deeply as they meet yourselves, know that you may be used to people projecting on you, but the more shadow work you do and the more self discovery that you do, the more you know who you are. And the more you know who you are, that shit rolls off you like water on a seal, or I'll say oil on water, you know? So, keep your strength in knowing that you've been achieving and knocking down a lot of things lately. And if you haven't, like, it's okay. And I want to say, if no one's rooting for you, I just want to say, God bless. Keep going, okay? Keep going, Pisces, because um, it takes a lot for you to like leave the situations. And I think that it's something to take knowledge and about and strength and celebrate that, okay? Mwah. Pisces. All right, and last but not least, Aries. What's going on, Aries? Oh, what's going on, Aries? Okay, so it says release the hurt and find balance with ways you can nurture yourself, Aries. I'm thinking of Chiron and Aries. Um, I don't know, Aries. You let me know in the comments, but Aries season probably has been very empowering, but yet also like, oh my God, I am so tired and pooped. Whether you have a sun Aries, a rising Aries, or a moon Aries, because like you're probably getting downloads, but you're also realizing certain things that been effed up. Um, you've been hurt, right? And you've been emotional, and you've been hopefully trying to release those emotions and really recognizing truths so that you can actually move forward in authenticity, because that is your name. If you're at your highest, most divine energy, Aries, is standing in your authenticity and being that pioneer of saying, oh, I know what I'm doing and I'm moving forward. This says these storms are that you're going through are only trying to wash you clean. And then the other says release the hurt. So, and then we got the rain here, right? So if you've been trying to manifest something, know that again, after the rain, there are rainbows, the clouds clear, and there is sun shining. It always happens, right? There is an ebb and flow with life. And if there's just been some things that's been happening, right? Put on the raincoat. I said raincoat. Put on the raincoat. Put on the rain boots, right? Or don't. Dance in the rain, as this goddess right here is doing. Dance in the damn rain. Because at the end of the day, you are still going to get what you get, especially if you believe you're going to get it. And then, like they say, go one step further. Don't believe, know that you're going to get it. And Aries, I know you got that energy to do that. But there's just been a lot of things that's in your heart space recently that has been blocking you from manifesting. Be the love that you want to receive, Aries. And how you do that is by doing some shadow work, taking time to allow whatever has been hidden in the subconscious to rise so you can wash it away, so you can release it. Because that's been a block, like I've been saying in the beginning of the videos, that's been a block. There's been blocks emotionally that has been keeping stagnant energy. It's been messing you from your creative flow. And it's really time for you to be in that flow and find balance with nurturing yourself, not giving to others, right? Or not worrying about others, or find balance with actually knowing what you want to give to others, right? Because I do know sometimes at y'all weakness, Aries, y'all can be very selfish, right? Very self-centered. And when you're paying too much attention to yourself, right? Or doing things that is solely for yourself, that doesn't allow the love that you seek or want in. So find that balance here. Because you got the North Node, right? And wherever that is in your chart, that's your North Star. So if you understand the houses, right? Let's say you got the North Node in your 9th house. Figure out, what does the 9th house mean? When you figure out what the 9th house means, that's how things are going to start coming up in your life through that type of topic and situation. Okay. And the 9th house means expansion within spiritual knowledge, philosophy, higher learning, your spiritual journey. I also feel like some spiritual gifts can also be a part of the 9th house. Um, and it's also about like travel, right? Like learning long distance traveling. Like it could also mean like long meditations when you're traveling, but it's like that type of communication that actually speaks to the masses instead of speaking to like a few people, right? I think I'm right. You know what I'm saying? But definitely learn that. Like what has been a long lesson that you've really been trying to understand about yourself, right? If you know that this is something that you may be wanting to share, but it's been blocked because of something that's going on in the heart chakra there. But know that one, Chiron will be leaving. I don't know when, but Chiron is not going to stay in Aries forever. And Chiron also is the wound, but it's also the medicine. So once you understand the wound, right, the pain, um, then you know what ailment to nurture it with, what ointment to put on, you know? So I think Taurus season will be telling you some things of truth, and ways that you can actually express yourself authentically. Lord. Ooh, I got through, y'all. It's like an hour and some change. I hope that I don't know. I got time to look at this before, so I don't know. Now I'm on a rant. I hope that, thank you for those that have been seeing all this. I hope that all is well. I hope that these messages serve you well in the season, excuse me, of Taurus. And I do hope that your manifestations come true and you come closer to manifesting the love that you desire. As always, check the links below. If you're feeling the vibe, please subscribe if you're a newcomer. And also, again, share with somebody that you know, and know that I'm putting together, I'll be sharing some links for my group, my wellness group. So, yeah, look out for that. And until next time, I'm outie.